Hi and welcome to this Your Amazing 2018 3-part training series. These videos are going to be short and to the point, but what I really want for you to do is to make sure that you take the time to print out the workbook that goes with this and sit down and put pen to paper, really get intentional and do this work. Because all this year I've been encouraging you guys to get your shit together by working with the life planner that I have created with the Get Your Shit Together life planner. Now don't worry if you're like new to watching my videos and you're like, I don't know what you're on about. This process is going to lead you in perfectly so you can round off your year and really get intentional about moving forward into 2018 and using that planner process, because it is the backbone. Our daily habits are what create the results that we have in our life. So I want to share with you the tools that I use to help me stay motivated, to help me increase my happiness levels, to keep on achieving more and more as life goes on. So number one up in the 3-part series is your reflect and review. So if you did the planner processes way back at the beginning of January with me, then get that out now. We're going to use what you wrote down back then and use that to figure out what's working, what's not working, what we get to delete and what we get to carry forward with us into making and creating our plans in 2018. So the first part of creating your amazing 2018, step 1 is to reflect and review. We're going to look at 4 main points that are going to allow you to look back and they get intentional and be able to create something amazing for your 2018. So step number 1, the highlights. What were the highlights of your year? List them out. This is your opportunity for you to look at the things that are going well for you, the things that are working. Look back at your goals that you set out for the beginning of the year. Which ones have you achieved? What was on there that maybe wasn't on your goals, but you're like, hell yes, that went really well. I would love to be able to create more of that next year. So just pick out the peaks, the highlights for you, the things that you look at back on and you think, oh, God, I feel really good about that. I would love to have more of that. And we talk a lot about having a highlight reel on social media. It's quite often the case. Have a look back through your year and see what pops up on your images, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook, and just really take that time to give yourself some recognition for the things that went really well. Number 2, we're going to look at the fuzz factor. So this might not necessarily be like massive, huge achievements for you, but what I want you to look at is the things that felt good. You know when you get that feeling when something happens and you're just like, this is it. This is absolutely it. I feel amazing doing this. Maybe you started doing a new workout that you absolutely fell in love with, and just start to figure out why you fell in love with that thing so much. How did it feel? How did you act when you were doing that thing? What are the things that completely light you up? So one experience, or there's been many for me this year, one of them was a huge one, was do my retreats. It was absolutely every single time the guys came out on retreat, I got that fuzz factor, that feeling of, oh my God, this is freaking amazing. Also, when we went on a holiday and I was spending time with family and really connected family time where I was off my phone, I was disconnected from work and just allowed myself to switch off. That was a moment where I'm sat there with a beer in my hand. That's the fuzz factor right there. When I'm up on the mountains, on a chairlift, smile on my face. Those are fuzz factor things. So I really want you, they might be in line with your highlights. They might be, I'd say in line with your highlights, but sometimes with highlights, there are kind of things that we might have achieved, but you don't really have that huge, overwhelming feeling of, this is amazing, this is what I want more of in my life. The fuzz factor, it links into a feeling that's deep within us. I know you know what I'm talking about because I know you felt it at some point. So just list those down, just take some time. And often when we get into this process, we can get ourselves overwhelmed and really try and overthink things. You can have this, just start the process and keep coming back to it if it's not coming all at once. This whole thing is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be exciting. If you put too much pressure on yourself, then the imagination, the creativity, everything just dwindles. This is meant to be fun. Okay, so have a little think about those things that make you feel fuzzy and amazing. Maybe it was just doing an awesome job or making a difference to someone's life within your work role. I don't know, but I would love for you to share them. Part number 3, make the cut. This is the shizzle that didn't go down so well. What was it that left you feeling flat? Again, I would always invite you to tune into your feelings. Again, you know those moments. This is the feelings that you get within your body. That's your intuition talking to you. Those are the things that I want you to become more in tune with, because when we listen to that, that is when we find what lights us up, and when we are feeling lit up and inspired and just feeling awesome, then that's when we really create waves. We make a difference to our own lives and the people that surround us. So this is kind of looking towards the negative, but it's just getting truthful, getting real with yourself. What is not working for you? What is making you feel crappy? What do you hate doing? This is a list of the things that you would ideally, I get that this is my human, but it's cut them all out straight away. But this is about creating awareness about the things that you don't want to be doing anymore. Make a list of those things, and then we can start to get clear about how we can phase them out. Maybe some of the things you can go, you know what, enough is enough, I ain't doing that no more. If that's not the case, then we get to put that into our action plan as we move it forward. The final step on your reflect and review, a huge one. This is the game changer and always the way. What were the lessons that you learned this year? The big eye-openers, the big, that completely changed the way I will approach situations in the further. Because, you know, the definition of insanity is us doing the same thing and the same thing and the same thing over again and getting the same old results. How do we get a different result? We look at what's happened in our past experience. We're like, okay, I get to learn something from that. Next time when I move forward, I'm going to do instead. So maybe it would be that a certain style of eating doesn't work for you. A certain style of exercising doesn't work for you. What are the lessons learned? Maybe it's in relation to how you treat other people, how you put yourself out into the world. There are lessons in absolutely every experience that we had. And this links very much round to realizing the things that make that we want to make the cut on as well, the things that we want to cut out. If we are experiencing, maybe we don't enjoy doing a certain thing, what do we get to learn from that? You get to take something away from each and every experience. I've talked about in some of my stories just this week, like this week, stuff has not gone to plan at all. The car's broke down. I've been stuck without a car. I've not been able to go shopping. I got home and the gas ran out. What is it there? It is there to teach me and to help me to become more organized within everything I do. So that is the lesson that I would take away. And that sounds like a minor little thing, and I get that. But sometimes just those little shifts, those little intentions as we move forward help us. That is how you're going to create something different, when you can look back and like, that is what I'm going to take away from that situation. So those are your 4 points on your reflect and review. Take the time to do this work. This is what is going to change the game for you. This is going to be your amazing 2018, but it all starts here, right now. If you haven't already, go and get the downloadable, printable workbook that goes along with this training series. Take some time to do this. Just sit down, just set aside half an hour. calm yourself down, create some space, whether it be, I like to do mine early in the morning before anybody else is up, I've got nobody disturbing me. I will put on, there are some great YouTube concentration audios that really help to calm the mind. I would do my breathing work before this so that I'm open to anything that comes into my mind, my imagination. This is what we want. We want to tune into a feeling. We want it to flow. We want it to feel with ease. When there's stress, when there's struggle, when there's restriction against this or resistance, then that's when your barriers come up and this work will not flow freely. So take the time to just calm yourself down. Enjoy it, do it with a smile on your face, and do it with intention of knowing that if this is going to help you break through the feelings of being stuck, being in the same constant cycle, going over the same things again and again and again. Because if you are watching this and if you've got to this point in this video, then I know that you want something more for your life, because life gets to be fun. Life gets to be freaking amazing. We deserve to be happy. We were put on this earth to be happy, to thrive, to live lives of purpose, of meaning, and being freaking awesome. So I know you want that. So go and do this now. Comment or message me if you've got any questions or getting stuck on any parts. I would love to help you work through this because I'm really excited about what you guys can achieve in 2018. And I'll see you on the next installment.